Hey guys, I don't know about you, but springtime's a real busy time for me. Been doing a lot of yard work and just busy, busy, busy. But I found some time today. Let's work on the Mac again. Odds and ends, I'll call this video. There's a lot of little things. I've created a lot of problems by dropping that cylinder as far as I did. Also, I need to polish the exhaust. I did my chamfering today, and I need to bolt the exhaust pipe on for the first time. I haven't really bolted it down and make sure that it actually is going to fit. So let's go to the bench and hopefully things work out. Also, I need to fix the side cover because remember, it doesn't bolt on anymore because I've literally dropped the cylinder so low that it's hitting a fin. So we'll have to deal with that. Let's go to the bench. So after much measuring and thinking about it, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to relieve my cutouts for the crankshaft a little bit more in here. I'm scared the crank's going to hit, and well, I don't want to blow up another Mac. This one may blow up though. I don't know if this saw is going to run, so this thing was a basket case. Okay, just going to go in here. Okay, I'm going to do all four corners. Again, I have no way of knowing when this thing's hot, if it's going to shift. Okay, that should do it. Just looking. Well, I'll see a little spot here I need to touch up. And again, if you want to learn how to do this from a regular fellow, which I am, come to Bucket Stock and you can get right up close and we'll port a cylinder or two, and or at least sections of it. And friends, the porting is just part of it. There's a lot to this. It takes a long time to master this. I still haven't mastered it, so. Just noticing there's a little hump in one of these transfers. Again, there is a chip in the cylinder, so it's either going to run forever or it's going to blow up right away. We will find out. Like to get my hands on a good 80cc cylinder, but until such times. Okay, and I think that should do it. I'll just blow this out. Even though my compressor's broken, I'll see if I can get it started. Okay, and all I did was relieve these cutouts more. Again, stock intake on this. I didn't do anything to the intake. It's just on a hunch. Okay, big transfers. That may be the death of this saw, but big transfers. Okay, now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to polish up this exhaust port. Okay, just a little bit. Friends, I was scrounging around. I found one. I needed a good exhaust gasket for this. I'm going to use every part I got to get this one running. Okay. Okay, and I'm just going to use a super fine sanding drum. And we should be good. I think the exhausts are on 100 right now. These are really easy to do because the exhaust port is about a ½ inch deep. Okay, and I just go in there and smooth it out. Not to make it look nice, but to keep the carbon from sticking. Carbon's not really an issue like it used to be because we have really, really good oils now. Okay, do the bottom. Oops. I drop things a lot, friends. The carpal tunnels set in. Oh, this is gonna look nice when it's done. I may raise this exhaust a hair after we run it, but we'll see. I'm not holding back on this saw, but I'm trying to build upon what I learned with the 850. It's really, until you've been porting for a while, I mean, anytime you port, you're probably going to be like, wow, this thing's way better than stock, as it should be. But then as you do this for years, you start splitting hairs and trying to get that perfect saw. That's when you start playing with ignition timing and port shapes and maybe swapping carbs, pipes. A good pipe, friends, is absolutely incredible. You put a good pipe on a saw and it will change it. I'll pull this out and I'll give you guys a peek. Okay, that's with the fine sanding drum. Okay, I'm going to go back in there and then I'll show you guys when I'm done. Where are we here? Good, nice and slippery to the touch. You can go farther than that if you want to. I never do. I never find that that's an issue. Okay, now, well, I've got you guys here. Again, I've been going through parts bins, looking for mounts. I think we're going to use this. Basically, I'm going through Buchan's saw. There's a pipe that's seen better days. Going through Buchan's 850 and comparing. I found a better side cover, so we're going to use that because this one has a big, nasty hole in it. Okay, so that's good. I got a good front mount here. I'm just basically going through trying to figure out what I need and what I have. I think I finally have everything now. Okay, now, literally the most important part. Does this all fit? So I'm going to take this exhaust gasket. It needs to be cleaned and trimmed a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to put it here without breaking it preferably. Okay, now how this is all going to work is I'm going to take this screw. I need a washer under here, I believe. Okay, and I'm going to start that by hand. Now I'm going to get the washer This is how you do a Mac pipe if you've ever wondered. Okay, now I'm going to take this. Notice there's a slot. Okay, I'll take this and put that slot. Oh, maybe we can't have a washer. This is the first time I've actually put this all together. And I think if this works, we're good. And then the only problem that I foresee, and I shouldn't say this, is that, oh, that washer's hitting. Okay. Is I'm going to take this washer off of here for right now. I may have ignition issues because okay, I gotta file this slot out just a little bit bigger. Then we'll talk about the ignition. Just give me a second here, friends. So this is a point saw, and a lot of times, well, in my experience, friends, the point saws sometimes don't have spark. So if I have to convert this to non-points, then I may have an issue because there is a difference in the coils. Okay, the newer coil for the 850, although it looks very similar and it mounts very similar, it is not the same. Okay, now basically you have to put this pipe on with the saw part. You wouldn't be able, well, you may be able to do this, but it'd be a lot of work. Okay, you're gonna take this side down, then you put your wrench in here, and you're gonna turn this. Probably gonna put Loctite on this because not the easiest thing to get in and out, and you certainly don't want it to come loose. Okay, put this in there. Yeah, Mac pipes are the hardest to build because not only do you have little to no space, but you also don't have enough room. I don't like the feel of that thread in there, so not gonna win, am I, friends? Okay, but you guys get the idea. These Macs fight me tooth and nail. They always have. Ever since I've been working on these things. So I want to make sure this is the right screw. And let me take this. You guys get the idea though. Very tight. Not a lot of room. Weird. Just being careful, friends. Oh, I guess the threads are good. I felt like I was pulling the threads out. I'm gonna put a washer on this again. I felt like I was pulling the threads out of the cylinder. Let's try this again. Well, I mean, I have the means to fix this. You guys have seen me do that before. I could Healy coil this, but again, less work is better. Okay. Try this again. Slide this over here. We figured this out years ago when I did my first Mac. I figured out that the only way to put a good pipe on these is to do this. Again, that's why these things take so long. Can I do this with... Is this thing touching? Maybe just a little bit, eh? Hold on, friends. I'm just gonna give this thing a little squeeze. If it needs another coat of paint after we're done, I think it's hitting about right here. So I'm just gonna give her a little tappy tap with a hammer. There we go. I just gave it a little, I actually put it in my vise. Just gave it a little squeeze because you can't fit full round pipe in here. Okay. Get that down. Oh, that fits so much better now. Okay. Let's try this again. Hopefully that thread is good. Okay, we'll screw this down. Right here. We'll put this side on first. Or we'll cinch this side down first. See what it does. I think it was just digging in, friends, without the washer on there. I think the head of the screw or the bolt was digging in. These are super small, so make sure your exhaust flange is fairly flat. There we go. Okay, and we'll cinch this side down. I'm going to run a wire brush through here, both sides, make sure there's no scale. I also do that while I'm welding, just to make sure there's nothing in here. Oh, that's tight. Well, friends, there we go. She fits. Straight through. Oh, yeah. I think we have something here. Okay, well, friends, I think this thing's ready for a bath. Wash the piston, cylinder, bottom end. Everything's got to go into the ultrasonic, and then we're ready for assembly. I'm excited. This one's taking a long time. I was waiting for parts, friends, and is what it is, right? So, and then the only other thing we got to think of here is, well, we put this all together like so. I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to relieve that one. I'm gonna have to relieve that one fin. You guys spotted it a couple videos ago, that right here. Here, in fact, let's do that right now while we're sitting here. So I need, what do I need here? I need 2 of these bolts. One, I know I have 4 of them in here. I actually think I found the O-rings that go underneath these. Again, these are sealed, and if they leak, they pull oil in through the oil tank. There you go, that one. Just chilling today, guys. I've had a lot on the go lately. Almost to the point, and I will say this, almost to the point of being a little overwhelmed. I have too many irons in the fire, but slowly but surely we'll get there. I think the front diff on my truck spring and a leak just kind of added a bit much to an already busy schedule, but we'll talk about that as that comes up. There we go. Okay, so, and I got this right here, sitting here. Put this backwards together. Just screw these in. I just want to fix this side cover. I don't want to do any more grinding once everything's clean. Okay. Screw this down. See, I need to work on Max like all the time, and then I get faster and faster at it. Okay. Now, what we're worried about here, friends, I might as well change my tooling, because We're definitely going to have to do some grinding. Oh yeah, that shank is smaller. Yeah, friends, getting ready for buck and stock or any event is, well, especially buck and stock because, well, I drive there, so I want to add to the event. So bringing saws and building saws, it's definitely, oh, I see where this is hitting here. Get rid of that. Right here, friends. There's a little lip in there, a little casting lip. We're going to go in there. This magnesium is hard as a rock. I may go over and hit this with an angle grinder if it doesn't cooperate. One more second, friends. I'm just going to go in and hit this with my angle grinder. I know, sacrilege. Okay, does this fit now? Yep, there. It is a little bit tight. Which cylinder does it go in? Which fin? This one? Okay, so you can probably go into there. I'll just leave you guys running. Probably go into there with a file. Okay, just see. These are all the little things, friends. It's funny, but it's true. There we go. Okay, I think we got this. We have literally dropped this. I'll show you guys. It used to rub here, okay? This thing used to sit like that. Okay, hitting here, you can see the marks. We've literally dropped it about one fin. Okay, so what will that do? Well, it's going to cause the saw. Maybe. Okay, friends, I'm going to take about 1/8 of an inch off here too. So what lowering the cylinder should do is cause greater case pressure. Now, we did open up the transfers, so that may negate any gains, but 1/4 inch less case capacity is a lot, friends. So these saws already have giant transfers. Okay, that fits beautifully now. No issues. It doesn't look like it's hitting anywhere. Okay, well, time to clean up the bench, and I guess we'll slowly put this thing back together. Just gotta find a little bit of time and some parts, and we should be able to make this into a running saw again. Hopefully. Thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later.